Hey guys, I would like to talk a little bit about what I used during the solo on these blues and how I visualize my music idea on the fingerboard, okay? And how to apply your pentatonic scales on these blues. So basically, the pentatonic scale that we can use here are three: the major pentatonic scale, the minor pentatonic scale, and the blues scale. And it's good. It's a good things assign some pentatonic to some chord and the other one to the following chords. For example, on the G7 is nice using everything's like the G major pentatonic scale, the G minor pentatonic scale, and the G blues pentatonic scale. And then on the C7 we can use just the C major pentatonic scale. Coming back to the G7, the same three idea: minor, major, and blues scale. And on the D7, switch between. You can choose between the D minor pentatonic scale or the D major pentatonic scale. Don't worry about the A flat 7 because it's a kind of a passing chord and match perfectly with all the G7 idea you are developing. Okay, first of all, let's see how it sounds, some sample of these three pentatonic scale on the G7. So using, for example, some loop pedal or just some software or app on your computer or just the playing along track. But let's see with a simple chord how this pentatonic scale sounds. So first of all, let's play a little bit of a G7 chord. First of all, it's very important to focus where you want to play your music idea. I mean, the main box to use, for example, a major pentatonic scale could be here. If you have a 24 fret bass and if you want to have a very high bass tone, but usually a good spot, I mean, in my opinion, to start the solo is around the middle of your fingerboard. So let's see with the G major pentatonic scale on the G7 in this spot how it sounds. So the G major scale. Or even you can start with some few notes. Or just simple 8 notes. 16 notes. Triplet. Okay, just whatever you have in mind, try to merge all the time and experiment with your idea. And another good thing is about talking about dynamic, for example. Okay, it sounds very cool. And try always to sing your idea, even if you're embarrassed, because I don't sing very good. I'm a terrible singer too, but sometimes singing help you to reach more feel when you play the bass than just play a lick. Okay, now let's see how the minor pentatonic scale sounds on G7. First of all, let's talk about the G7 chord. We have the first, the third, the major third, the fifth, and the flat 7. So when you are going to play the minor pentatonic scale, you have the flat third that it sounds a little bit out because, of course, we don't have it in the chord. But if you're using like a passing note and you improve the way how you resolve the idea when you're using the flat third with the other notes that are all included in the G7, the flat third sounds pretty good. Okay, let's see, for example. Okay, so G7 minor pentatonic scale, first, flat third, fourth, fifth, flat 7, 8. Always care about this guy here. Simple idea. When you let flat third play more, you need to be careful how do you resolve after, okay? Because it can be a really weird sometimes. Then we have the blues pentatonic scale. It's called blues because a lot of people say that the pentatonic scale take name from the passing note here, from the blue note. Okay, so first flat third, 4, blue note, sharp 4, flat 5, 5, flat 7, 8. So let's see how the blue note scale sounds on the G7. When you start improving using this passing tone, then you will see how much easier it will be using a lot of passing notes on the other music idea that you are using. Okay, just whatever you have in mind, just use it, okay? Then we have the C7. On the C7, just play the C major pentatonic scale that we learned from the G major pentatonic scale. The same things, we have just moved the box over here. Okay, why the C major pentatonic and not all the rest? Because sometimes, as I told you before, it's good to assign different pentatonic idea on different chords. Before go on the whole blues form, let's see how sounds the minor pentatonic scale and major pentatonic scale on the D. Same thing like the G7 and the C7. Or D minor pentatonic scale on the D7. Okay, now coming back to what I was telling you before, why, for example, on the C using just the major pentatonic scale? Because if you start with some, for example, with minor pentatonic scale or the blues pentatonic scale on the G7, let's hear how it sounds using a major idea on the following chords. For example, watch out. When I was playing here on the D7, C7, I start with the D7 minor idea, and then you see the bass was, the play along, the loop was going on the C7, and you saw that I was still playing here. Basically, this is C major pentatonic scale, just with a different fingering. Okay, this 4 note here, this cello of this 4 note here. Are the same notes, it's just a different fingering. But of course, for just to start, try to focus with just one fingering and use some particular spot, like these three, for example, the G7, C7, and the D7. Then, when you are comfortable using this fingering, try to switch with different scale fingering. For example, major here, major, same things, okay? And then after you are very comfortable with using two different fingering, then switch different spot on your bass, because you can start play the solo even here. Or here, for example. Okay, so basically that's it for today, and I was very happy to have you guys watching this video for the AIMM based prep class, and I hope to see you soon to the next lesson, and Enjoy your time with your bass. Ciao!